Blessings upon you, dear soul. I'm Eli McBride, here to heed the Lord's word. I would have thought you'd have better things to do than preach to someone of my stature, Father. I believe that's what the good book is for. No offense intended, Father. Let's ask the first one, or let's say the first one. Nonsense, my child. As Jesus taught us to forgive the sinful woman who anointed his feet, the one to whom little is forgiven loves little. He calls not the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. So he's calling me. Is that what you're saying? I have no regrets. I regret nothing this preacher would blame me for, at least. Of course not. Again, Jesus tells us, let the one who is without sin cast the first stone. It is not my place to pronounce judgment upon you. Many of your ilk take delight in such pronouncements. Alas, I will not say you are wrong. Yet another teaching of Jesus tells us that we must remove the log from our own eyes before we can help take the speck from our neighbors. Those who flaunt their piety before others will receive no other reward. But is that not what you're doing now? Wisely answered, perhaps. Yet you are the one who came to speak to me, are you not? I'll be on my way. You've given me a lot to think about. I'll just be nice and say that. Blessed are those who hear the word of God and keep it. Even though I don't really plan on going down a religious route if that's an option in this game. Exposed to the elements, the upholstery shows its age, like a fruit left to ripen in the sun. There's a dusty window, let's take a look at that. I wonder what it would be like living a normal life behind an ordinary window. It's hard to imagine. There's the apothecary. I'm not going to answer that yet. Eli McBride, that's the preacher we just saw. There's the overground station, I see. This one might be open now that it's daytime. Okay, over here we have some gears and cogs. Let's pick them up real quick. Huddled in a corner like a stray cat trying to scare off its aggressors. I doubt those gears and cogs will give me trouble should I pick them up and hand them over to an engineer. Let's gather them. Sure, I'll run across someone soon. Yeah. Fallen leaves on the ground. A drift of leaves swept into a neat pile by the breeze. The passing of the seasons means change, bringing me a small measure of comfort, meaning winter is on the way. I cannot stand the cold. Let's think positive. That's +5 hope. That is at least relatively easy to game, I suppose. How you get and lose hope. I'll sometimes still lose hope if it sounds like the more interesting option if I have hope to spare. The hard-boiled scoop on the courtesan killer. Read on for the gory details. This story will boil your blood. This rag passes for news these days, yet I really can't find it within myself to be shocked. Intellect, the papers are interested only in that which sells copies. No doubt the upper crust will give us a wide berth with news like this in vogue, save for those whose reputation is already beyond the pale. Both of those are good. I don't know which one I need to level up. I'll go with the second one. Makes a lady appreciate the likes of Cunningham despite the drawbacks, and happier still to see the back of this town soon enough. Although I haven't much time yet in this fair city, I'll keep looking into the mystery while I can. There's a chair. Can we just sit down for a bit? The wreckage of a wooden chair. Oh, well. Just about any old piece of furniture can be rehabilitated with a little care. Shame to see fine things treated so poorly while so many go without. Yeah, that's true. I know it costs hope, but it's true. Cafe Parasol. The cafe's abandoned parasol. It's nice to think that London at least occasionally gets some sunshine to break up the gloom. I could almost use my own parasol today. What use is a parasol when it's gloomy and grey nearly every day? I'll go with the first one to regain some hope. There's a smelly crate. That sounds fantastic. Let's see. A dropped crate of china likely intended for the restaurant, accompanied by a nose-pinching stench. Investigate or never mind, let's investigate. Oh, a dead decomposing animal, ghastly. Shame, I hope there might have been something in there. There's a restaurant. Let me quickly take a look. Here we have Apothecary, Royal Suite, Beljar Hotel, Pavel's Pinfold, and Nandy's Laboratory, but it doesn't say anything about a restaurant. Is it closed right now? I mean, no one's sitting outside. It looks dark inside. I remember this place. Excellent curry. It's a shame they closed. Yeah, I assume this much, since it's not a location we can enter according to the map. This is the place with the fountain again, right? Yeah, okay. That pieces some things together. Can't talk with the person sitting on the bench over there, and not with the people over here. Oh, there's some gears and cogs. Just some rubbish that sharply contrasts with what little greenery Sorry Square sports. They look discarded and valuable to anyone who makes a living tending to machines. Let's gather them. Okay. And let's go back up the stairs then. And let's see what was over here. This looks larger and relatively meaningful. Or should we circle back around? Let's first clear out this area, I'd say. Let's collect the gears and cogs. Leaving such bits and bobs lying about hardly constitutes good manners. Speaking of good manners, it would be wise of me to hand this over to an engine fellow. Can't let those go to waste. Okay, there's a marble statue up there that looks fancy-ish, at least. Okay, nothing in this corner. Let's keep going though. There's a cabriolet and a pet broker. This design prioritizes the comfort of its passengers, a welcome change from previous iterations. There's a pet broker. Oh, I don't like seeing those caged animals.
Salutations! Sir Willard Rathbone at your service. Have any of my fine specimen caught the fair lady's attention, or was it simply my friend Dulcimer?
Ah yes, the illustrious pet broker, somehow still entertaining the notion that he's been knighted. The monkey on his shoulder is handsome at least. No title for Dulcimer yet?
Alas, Her Majesty has yet to recognize him with honors, but the day will come.
The monkey would wear a knighthood better than some I have known. Let's ask about his business. Caring for such exotic animals must be a difficult business. Is it profitable?
Oh, I prefer not to think about the profitability. One must do what one loves, not worry about such petty things as money.
Easily said when you have enough. That is a polite way to say that. To say to one that one is out of. What is a polite way to say to one that one is out of touch?
Take the children begging on the street.
I wouldn't take them anywhere, but do go on. I'm afraid I must take myself out of this conversation before I learn more of what you think about the beggars. Good day, Sir Rathbone. Yeah, let's go with the second one. And those are animals that I can't. If I zoom in, the parallax lets me see that a bit more. Are those two animals in one cage, or is that just one? No, I think it's just one animal, but still, it's pointing out of both sides. Essentially, is that a camel? Could be a camel. Not sure. But it's a very small cage, and the ground also doesn't look good. Some more animal cages. Such calm creatures. Either the broker tamed them well, or they swiftly got used to being stared at by onlookers. Yeah. Old-timey animal exhibits and zoos and such were pretty horrible, all things considered. Horse-drawn carriages are being slowly phased out, but they're still more reliable than the new steam-powered cars. Okay, who was that person over there? Not someone I can talk to? No, it's just that's a cop. There's another motor car. Not the safest car out there. It looks like the whole thing will fall apart the second it moves. Oof. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. There's Gavin Dawson again. Okay. So we've kind of circled around this square with the fountain. So let's go up the stairs now, see what we can find there. And after we've explored all the outside areas, let's go into all the buildings we have here. Just so we, we've met the people and seen the places, so I don't forget about their existence. What do we have up here? Ah, that's the bell jar. There's another cop. Neptune. Ghastly. Who would ever imagine such a scene? The poor horse. I would expect this kind of thing in Paris. It seems out of place here. Okay, and up there is nothing of note. No gears either. That's fine though. In the end, gears are just a little bit more money, but not much. And down here, there's a marble statue. I bet that, unlike Green Street, those people didn't ask that woman to pay a fortune before receiving a helping hand. Yeah. Green Street strikes me as a very opportunistic, greedy guy. Not really a fan of his, but I'm sure Clara thought through who she could get help from. Okay, now let's think about it. Which buildings did we see? The apothecary was like, I'm just gonna say north. The bell jar is right next to us right now. The royal suite, I don't know. The laboratory and Pavel's pinfall. Let's go to the beginning and go into the buildings from there as well. And then, go from building to building again. Because, I just want everything to be seen. I don't want to miss out on something that I could easily have spotted. Though, to be fair, now that I say it, I probably already have. Just because the irony of saying that. Okay, let's see. Now back down here. Come on now. Let's go back into this alleyway. And over here is Pavel's pinfold. Let's see then. Let's see what's inside. Follow 10-foot alley, a skinny passage with brick walls, and find yourself in a recessed enclosure where London's rodents are tenderly cared for rather than swiftly taken care of. Canvases sag on loose ropes above your head, and lanterns flicker dimly in the murk. Among the rustling and skittering of tiny feet and claws, Pavel Gerard, proprietor, stands at the ready. The floor is made of broken paving stones and pieces cast away from larger projects. Akin to his chargers, Pavel is a scavenger at heart. The rats come in every size and receive all manner of treats when they behave. Displayed most prominently are his mischief of fancy rats, but Pavel trades in garden variety rodents too. Exotic snake owners often pay him a visit. It's a wonder the squeaking and scratching haven't driven Pavel mad. Haven't driven Pavel mad. But the truth of his sanity depends on who you're asking. Okay. Let's take a look in here. There's some rat cages, price boards, and there's the rat catcher. Let's take a look at the cages first. I should hope there's enough food for all of them. Otherwise, they'll start eating each other. They'll start eating each other, right? Is that a typo or is that old-timey dialect? Because I don't know. Let's take a look at the price board. The good thing with self-employment is keeping all the profits, as small as it may be. Anything else around here, or is that just Pavel? Okay, there's a manhole cover. Let's take a look at that. The Velvet Rose has its issues, but working as a rat catcher in the sewers, I can't imagine. Well, let's talk to him then.
Good day. It's not so often that I have a proper lady at the pinfold, but of course it does happen. Now then, what can I call m'lady?
Clara Reed, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's all mine, I assure you. Wait till Pavel Gerard's rats quit skittering so you may take your exact pick.
Sorry, Mr. Gerard, but these vermin are far too keen on biting for my taste. Precious to be sure, but I haven't time to care for the sweet things. Let's say that first, simply because it doesn't end the conversation.
Not a problem, miss. You need only pay more for the well-trained ones.
If we can train a dog, then why not train a rat? All the same, I'm a little short on dosh at the moment. Good day, Mr. Gerard. Alright, so we could buy a rat here. I mean, maybe we could, I don't know. Like, it didn't say an exact price. Maybe it's just something that we can't do and it's just lampshaded by not having enough money. But if we can buy a rat, that would be very cute. A friend of mine used to have, like, I think 3 pet rats. They were really cute. Really cute. I mean, I did get bitten by one of them at some point, but, you know, I guess that's just kind of what happens, but they don't bite that hard. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think up there was the apothecary at some point. There's a poster, we looked at that, I think. What else do we have here? We have Nandy's shop, is that one of them on the map? Nandy's laboratory, okay, yeah, that's that. Let's go in there, if we can. And we can. Entering Nandy's shop is like stepping into a forest. She prides herself on strictly natural remedies, so it's no wonder that the air feels suffused with all sorts of wildness. There are insects whose powdered bodies can cure a common cold, herbal preparations of every sort and substance, and even the body of a gremlin floating in a jar. The latter would give you pause if you didn't know the truth, that the creature had possessed the basement and was attempting to spread its claim. So Nandy did the needful, and here the demon remains, as a fair warning to any other invaders. An especially gifted healer when it comes to rare maladies, Nandy keeps a library of unusual treatments, and the most comprehensive collection of tinctures in all of London. She awaits her customers from behind a walnut desk, upon which lies a pot of incense, a scattering of bird bones, and other arcane desiderata? I don't know that word, sorry. While some of the less open-minded citizens of the Big Smoke can get the willies around Nandy, you know she means no harm. I need some water after reading all that, 1 second. Alright, there's a book collection. Spine after spine of herbal medicine. Nandy must be a fountain of knowledge, although there are too many in London who fear her remedies. There's a cauldron. Bleach white bones of various lengths and densities fill the cauldron. She really ought to add a few toads around the rim to assist the aesthetic. The withered gremlin is over here. Here's the pest who tried to invade Nandy's basement, preserved forever as a warning against any and all of her enemies. Okay. Oh, the camera properly turns here. There's a skull collection too. Assorted skulls of several shapes and sizes, yet not a single creature is easily recognizable. I haven't got much use for animalian skeletal structures. Okay, there's Nandy. It's always a treat to visit Nandy Mabasso in her shop, and I often learn something new for my troubles. Sawubona, Clara. Something you need in my humble shop? Let's ask about the tree. Wait, what tree was it? This tree. It has more benefits than only being captivating, doesn't it? Oh, the tree in here. Okay, I see. Very perceptive of you. It has some beneficial properties indeed. Its strong roots produce a toxin utilized by many of my recipes, and so do its leaves. Besides, it saves me many an expedition to the forest. Time is money, as a person in your line of work would know. It was good to see you, Nandy. Salah Kale Mfatsi, Clara. I'm sorry if I completely butchered that. I have no idea how to pronounce that, sadly. But to say goodbye in the Xhosa language, translated directly to go be well. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nandy. And I suppose suppose. Is that all we can do? We cannot go past there, right? No, we cannot. So the upstairs area is off limits to us. Let's head back to the square. Let's head back to the square and see what other buildings we can enter. There we are again. I assume maybe we can... No, this place is... Ah, there's the apothecary. Let's take a look. To passers-by, the apothecary looks like a simple shop that proudly advertises its purpose, right down to the lengthy name posted above the door. Gray's Apothecary, therapeutic medicines, patents and tonics. But once inside you realize the exterior facade was only a veil for an abundance of eccentric wares. Tonics, at-home medical devices and all sorts of oddments litter the shelves. That the shop's dimly lit also strikes you as peculiar, but the Cyclops proprietor may have intended it that way, perhaps to preserve his goods for longer. The sight of so many concoctions and apparatuses is enough to make one afraid of walking for fear of breaking anything and paying for the resulting damage. Since the cave-dwelling Cyclopses evolved to see well in the dark, you'd best not hide any indiscretion from the proprietor. Okay. We have a web of roots. These roots are the least unnerving thing present in the room. I wonder if they're natural, or if Gordon is feeding them something unique. And we have a bottle cabinet. Ha, glowing bottles, quite the eye-catcher. I wonder how well they sell. Then we have some drawers. More drawers than one would find in an aristocrat's bedroom vanity, or behind a hotel's front desk. Can we, with respect, this isn't a self-service establishment. Tell me what you need and I'll try finding it in the back myself. Okay, I assume this much. Let's talk to you. Gordon Gray is one of the slimiest men I've ever seen, and I've seen a few. Okay, maybe then the voice wasn't proper for that. It's a good thing I haven't any business in his shop. Good morning, miss. Is there anything I can get for you? Since he's slimy, I'm going for a bit of an Everard Clare, I guess. Not at the moment, but thank you. Gonna have to keep that in mind for when we actually need something from this guy. Okay, let's return to the Soris Square. And is the next stop the hotel? Might be, or is there something in between that? Oh, the Overground Station. Overground Station, is that... That's a different station, that's Cable Street. Okay, so it's not an adjacent place. Let's go to the Overground Station anyways. Oh. Oh, is that just... I see, okay. That's just, I guess, a fast travel point if you don't discover the map or something. Well, it lets you travel to other parts of the map, but I can do that anyways. Okay, but good to know that the station is there for that. Ah. Also, I assume because the station was closed when we played, what was his name? What was the other character's name? Oh my god, the Minotaur. The station was closed, so we were locked into that part of town. Was it Beggar's Lane, maybe? Could have been. Oh yeah, Palladium, Velvet Rose, that was back there. Yeah, and because the station was closed, we couldn't traverse the big map. Now it all makes sense. Let's enter the bell jar. See what's in there.